All right, what's up, guys? Sorry for the glare. I'm on my way to Pittsburgh now. Just got gas, got the money out, and ready to go. Get some good deals on some gear. I'm pretty excited. One of the pieces that I'm grabbing is something I've wanted for a long time, and it's not really that elusive. I'm just not willing to pay the price. But anyways, the three things that I'm getting are a Mesa dual rectifier multi-watt, a Mesa dual rectifier 3-channel. You're probably like, why the hell are you grabbing two of basically the same amp? But the 3-channel comes with a road case and a full set of brand new tubes for the amp, so I can always use new tubes, and that's a great value added in. And it also comes with a 2x12, which is the elusive thing for me, the Mesa Rectifier 2x12. Now you're probably like, those aren't that hard to come by. You're right, but I'm a cheap ass, and I'm not willing to pay those prices, to be honest. I can't pay $400 to $500 for a 2x12 cab when I can get a used 412 Mesa in good condition for $400 to $500. Maybe not right now with the COVID tax, you know, everything's a little pricier. But anyways, once I sell off the head, the road case, maybe the tubes, we'll see. It depends on what I end up getting for the head. I could be into the cab for $100, maybe $200. And I can live with that. I can live with $100 to $200 for a rectifier 2x12 cab. You know what I mean? I think anybody would take that deal. You'd be kind of crazy not to. So anyways, that's the second piece. The third piece is a Peavey VTM 60 and a 5150. We'll get to those later. But anyways, so after I sell off the other rectifier stuff, the reason that I want the dual, the reason that I want the multi-watt dual rectifier is because I put a Mesa Badlander 50 on order yesterday from Sweetwater. So that's supposed to ship December 3rd. Super excited about it. I wanted to have a multi-watt rectifier in the house to be able to make a cool video comparison for you guys. And I just happened to find one for a great deal, so that worked out really well. I've always had a love-hate relationship with rectifiers. They just have a low end that just doesn't work for me. My right hand just likes a really tight low end. That's just how I've always been. Any amp that doesn't have a good low end punch to it usually ends up going out the door for me. I had a diesel little fucker. The tone on that thing was incredible. I actually like the tone better than my Herbert, but the low end was mushy. It was saggy tits, you know what I mean? It was no good for anybody. And when I'm mainly a thrash metal guy, and I play a lot of hardcore too, where punchy palm mutes count, I don't overly do it on the bass, but I do like a good punch in the low end. If the amp doesn't have that, it's got to go. It just doesn't work for me. So anyways, that's how I've always felt about the rectifier stuff. They have a huge low end, and it's punchy. I mean, but it's more woofy than punchy. And no matter what boost I use to tighten it up, I could never get it right where I wanted it. So it's all a personal preference thing. I'm not dogging on the rectifier at all. When my friends play them, I love them. My other guitarist had a couple of them. They sounded great every time he'd bring in a band practice, which would just piss me off even more because I'm like, why can't I like it? But anyways, the Badlander 50 is supposed to be tighter, more upper mids, and more saturation. I don't know, man. That sounds right up my alley. That sounds like everything I've always wanted to fix about a rectifier. So I'm really hoping it kind of lives up to all the buzzwords that Mesa put out there. So that'll be coming in, and I'll put it up against this multi-watt that I'm on the road to grab right now and let you guys judge and see what you think. I think it'll be a fun comparison. And I'm excited to see how that one goes. And then the VTM 60. I've always loved the Peavey VTMs. When they are good, they are fucking good. They are super good amps when everything's working on them, when the components are fresh, when the tubes are good. I've probably bought and sold 8 or 9 of them in the past 5 to 6 years, and I had 2 of them that were just absolutely fantastic. I brought one, my last one was a 60 that had all the original USA tubes in it. Man, did that thing sound good. I kick myself for selling that fucking thing all the time. It just sounded great. It hung with Derek Swan all day long, which, you know, that's quite a feat. But I sold it because I got offered a great amount of cash for it, and I couldn't say no. Let it go. But you live and you learn. So anyways, I just got a 60 that's busted, gave it to my tech, Mike. Dude is awesome. He located a couple of bad caps in it, so it's going to have fresh caps in the output section, which would be great because that should tighten up the amp a good bit. And then fresh power tubes, because it actually did come with USA power tubes, but they're way out of spec. They're on their way out, so we've got some brand new power tubes going in there. So we'll see when I get that one back. I'm not sure what I'll do with this new one. I may keep it for a mod platform or send it on its way and keep the 5150 cab that's coming with it. 5150 cabs are great, man. They're very underrated cabs. The speakers work good for some amps, but I understand why people don't really love them for everything. I have a 5150 straight cab that I actually replaced these stock Sheffields with a set of English V30s that I got out of an Ampeg cab that I paid $100 for. I basically just bought it as a donor cab because the cab was made out of MDF, and the cab itself didn't sound that great. So I'm like, all right, I'll keep this thing around until I find a good donor cab. Swap those speakers into that 5150 cab. Sounds amazing. A lot of people don't know this about the 5150 cabs, but Eddie gave Peavey his old Marshall cabs and said, hey, I want you to recreate these. This is what I want. So those cabs are based directly off of Eddie's Marshall cabs. They're built like a 70s Marshall cab is built. It's got the MDF back. The screws, even on the back panel, are all in the same place, and the baffle are all in the same place. It's got a birch front baffle, birch sides, MDF back. So, I mean, it's basically a USA built Marshall, 1960 cab, or whatever they would have been called back in the day. I'm not super up on the vintage cabs, but it's basically the same as the 1960 anyways. So anyways, they're built really well, and if you get good speakers in them, you got a great cab. There's no doubt about it. So I don't know what I'll do with that. I don't know if I'll keep it, and maybe I've been wanting to experiment with some Eminence speakers for a while now, so we'll see. I could probably just sell both, and that's money back towards the multi-watt rectifier, and I'll be into the multi-watt rectifier and the 2x12 Mesa cab for next to nothing after I get rid of all the extra stuff I don't want. Who knows? That's how I live the lavish amp style that I have. I buy and sell stuff. I buy package deals and sell the stuff I don't want when they come up at a good price. You know what I mean? I just love to check out new amps and try new stuff, and I'm constantly moving and going through phases. So when I find good deals, I grab it up and I use it until I don't want it anymore and move it along. And that's how I keep from going broke and supporting my habits. So just figured I'd let you guys in on that. I do a lot of these trips, so I'll probably make new videos and videos of me basically bullshitting to keep myself occupied, and hopefully you guys find some sort of entertainment value out of it. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, I'll update you guys once I start filling up this car with gear. I don't know how I'm gonna fit everything, to be completely honest, but I've fit some pretty crazy stuff in the old Gear Getter 5000 here. So left the new car at home and brought the old beater to get all the gear in here and not worry about the dents and dings. So anyways, I'll update you guys once I have some gear in the car. Thanks. All right, guys, so first deal is done. I've got the 212 with the cover back here, the Mesa Rectifier 212. And then here's the head. And a whole bag of tubies. Brand new JJs all around. So, not bad. On to the second one. All right, guys, got the 5150 cab. Looks pretty clean for the most part. Just needs a cleanup. All right, guys, got this dirty old VTM behind me. Definitely needs a cleanup and tech visit. Clean up the old dirty pots and stuff, but it was well worth the money for sure. All right, guys, we got it all back in the house. Time to fire it up, make sure everything works, because I didn't get to try anything out. Kind of just took a chance, but yeah. There's a VTM. Broken present pot. Definitely needs a cleanup, but overall, not bad. Peavey cab is actually super clean. The Mesa cab is super clean. This has been in a head case for most of its life, I guess, so it should be in good shape, but I see a couple nicks on it. And this thing still has the hang tags on it, so it's basically brand new. Can't complain.